He's the healthiest person, that I know, and just for it to take him down the way that it did, I mean, it was so new. Everything that they were learning about COVID, it seemed like Lofa was getting one after the other. Some people you hear it's only a short period of time, and he was in the hospital for 7.5 weeks. People were describing it previously as, similar to the flu and whatever. You don't really know. So,
some cases, maybe,
are you willing
not
to?
all cases.
Yes. Are you willing to gamble that? I don't know. If I was given the choice then, I wouldn't have let him go at all. So.
I'm guessing I caught it when I went to Vegas. That was back in March. And Hawaii at the time, I think only had a handful of cases. After a week back is when I started feeling a little under the weather. About maybe 3 days after that, I started getting a fever. Started off at 100 and then it got up to 103. Maybe about a couple of days after that, decided to go get tested. I was notified the very next day that I was positive. From that, went in, got my chest X-ray, and then that's the same time I went and never came back. I was transferred over to Queens Medical Center. I was there for about a couple of days, and then it started turning for the worse. Wasn't able to breathe, so they decided to put me on the ventilator. Went under in the ventilator that night, and then I didn't wake up until May.
And it went from I just talked to you yesterday to he needs life support. Everything was failing so quickly. As a family member, that's the hardest part. You cannot fight for them. You cannot do anything for them, and you just kind of have to suffer and just hope for the best and hope people take care of him as best as you would or as best as you could. So.
I'm still recovering. I've been recovering for the last 3 months so far at home. It's been quite a journey. Still having issues now with breathing. More than half of my lungs are still scarred, heavy scar tissue, so need oxygen once in a while. If I would have known it would have taken me this far, and with the health issues I have now, I wouldn't have went. It's not worth it. Going from healthy person to them telling you that your heart stopped twice, your lungs collapsed, and that makes you look at life a whole nother, from a different perspective. People just gotta understand that even though they might not be affected, they could affect someone else, even if they don't have the symptoms. If you don't want to wear the mask, don't wear it. But at least when you're around in public or going around, just put it on so nobody else gets it. And if we can just stop the spread of it now and drop the cases, then we can go back to not wearing the mask and everything. If we can just get over the hump and get it over with, and then we'll be fine. I have no doubt that we're going to come back from this, better and stronger and everything like that. But it's going to take us some time. The longer and the more people that don't listen and don't follow the guidelines, it's going to be that much longer that we're going to be in this pandemic.
And you're not the only one that suffers.
Right.
It's your family as a whole and stuff. We have our own business, and Lofa, we each do our part, but Lofa hasn't been able to go back and do that. So, and not for now, and we don't know how long that's going to be. So that's still an unknown. So it affects a lot more than just, your health and stuff. It affects everything, your ability to take care of your family, what's going to happen. This man, he went from working 6 days a week, and to now he can't. It's hard to even be out in the sun, or be in, hot weather. It's hard for him to breathe. So, you okay?
Yeah. Just out of breath.